So, I'm in another place in Scotland now, another YouTuber, and we're gonna do his intro. Are you ready? And it is the one and only DB Mini. I had to get that bit in. So we're up here in, whereabouts are we? Roughly?
West Lothian.
West Lothian. So we are, let me get that off. We're up in West Lothian and we've come to see DB Mini on our travels.
Always welcome.
Thank you very much. Well, you say that now, might not be. So we've got Ed here. We've been out in Ed. I will insert some footage here.
Oh.
What, you in?
A minute.
Is it cool?
Yeah.
Mini! We've got this legend driving us, look.
And of course it's Scotland, it's raining.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got told it never rains in Scotland. Bit of lied.
We've been hearing something about a supermoon in the sky, but we've never seen it. Along here, if you time it right, you cannot take the speed bump or you'll rip the exhaust off. A little go-kart.
Do you like the Mini?
Yeah. It's fun.
You need to tell your dad to get his finished then.
I know. I need to buy a Mini, don't I?
Or you can, once you fix the wire, then we can go in that minute.
You want to go in my Mini?
Yeah. Your minute's cool.
Is my Mini cool?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, mate.
It needs cleaning though.
Your,
a lot.
your dad's mini's going to be a lot faster than this one.
And that was us out in Ed, going to the good old Scottish place of McDonald's.
Fine cuisine.
Yeah, fine cuisine. You've got to take in the culture while you're in the country. When in Rome. So yeah, so I'll come up to look at his cars and his toys and stuff like that. So we'll have a walk around Ed, if that's okay.
Well, help yourself, mate. Help yourself.
So obviously, I'm really liking the 10-inch rims, I must admit, and he's got the right tyres on as well. He has got the right tyres on. Can we have a look under the bonnet? What engine's in it?
1275.
1275
SPI.
SPI, converted from
From a car.
From a
believe it or
car.
not. Yeah. Not,
yeah, not a common conversion. I was saying this about Tony's last night. They're just so compact, aren't they? When you start putting this lot in.
It's a nightmare to
Yeah,
work.
yeah, I can imagine.
This doesn't help.
No.
The extra engine steady obviously don't need that.
Right.
The ECU and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
The servo, it just fills it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they do look cramped. I'm so glad that I've taken the front end off mine, so I don't have to hit my head on that all the time. But yeah, it looks absolutely brilliant. Do you know what it is? It's a proper usable Mini, innit? I think that's the thing.
Anybody that watches the videos knows that they're not going to be conquerors. They're there to enjoy.
Yeah.
And they're there to use.
Yeah.
You need imperfections.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd be doing this as a job.
Oh, well, exactly. And we are all amateurs at this, aren't we? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're all just having a go. Guys in sheds and garages and workshops, they're just all having a go.
Keeping things alive that
Yeah.
would otherwise be dead.
Yeah, definitely. So, like I said, it is a racing green. What year is it? It's a G, let me guess, is that a 92?
90.
90? Oh, right. So, there you go.
HG was the...
So look at that, you'll recognise some of the names on here, look. Look at this. Look at that. Who's that?
Back in the day.
Bloody hell. Some old school names there. So yeah, we went out in this. There were 4 of us in it. And we was scraping the cat.
Check it's still there.
Yeah, we've gutted the cat. But yeah, what a cool Mini. It was Zach's first time in a Mini and he absolutely loved it. He was buzzing. So we'll go from that into the garage, if that's okay.
Go for it, bash on.
So we have got the very famous Eleanor. That is what, two days off running and starting and driving.
even 24-hour shift. If I could find the engine. Believe it or not, that's not in the garage. That's in the house. Go and grab
Oh,
an
can we grab a corner, can we? Can we move it? Look at this. He's got a right setup. So we were discussing earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
Realistic, you've got all the parts, the panels for it to finish.
Yep. And here.
They're all in the bus that we'll talk about in a second. So yeah, he's got all the parts. Parts or panels? Have you got all parts to finish it, do you think?
I'll need... I've got the panels.
Right.
I've got all the parts. Some will need refurbed and some
Yes.
will need replaced.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, at an estimate, probably I've got about 95%.
I always say that. I always say 95%. I think anywhere between 90 and 95% is a safe bet, because you're never going to have everything. Because one thing that I always say to people is nuts and bolts. That's the thing that costs you your money that you don't realise. You're not, like this here, you're not going to put the original nut back on from the year of the car. You take it off and you're like, I'm not putting that back on. So you buy 2 of them, but you might as well buy 10 of them, because you might think, oh, I'll need them somewhere else. So that's what costs you your money, and that's where you don't realise. But you do get to a point with these cars where it's like, I see it a lot, where people don't, they sort of scrimp at the last stage. And I think I'd rather wait.
That, to me, that's the best part.
Yeah.
You're making it yours, and
Yeah.
none of my cars I buy for other people.
No.
They're for
No.
me.
No.
But I'm a sucker for originality.
Are you really?
I just... this is going to be completely original.
Right.
That's a bit of a Frankenstein, although going back when I first got it, it had a body kit on it.
Yes,
That came
I
off.
remember that,
It
yeah.
had tinted windows,
Yeah.
and I took it all back because I like the racing green, but it's obviously it's the upgraded engine, it's the SPI. That's good fun to drive, which this will be, but that I'm not as fussed about keeping it original.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong there, I would love to have the Mark 1 Mini,
Who wouldn't?
and who
Yeah.
wouldn't, but
Yeah.
because they're 90s later Minis, I'm not as precious about
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, for me, I'm putting a micro engine in mine, so I'm really not bothered. It's all about originality. But the thing that I always say is that there's enough original ones out there for me to do what I need to do at mine. And also as well, I just like the fact that they can be so different and individual, and you doing something different. What engine should this have?
This is the 998.
998, and you're keeping 998?
I'm keeping it because otherwise, if I'd done the upgrades, I'd have 2 similar Minis.
Right, okay, understood. I think that's, yeah.
Ed, I would struggle to sell Ed
Right.
because my children have had Ed stories for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
made a joke I was selling Ed. It didn't go
That was just with me. But yeah, as you can see, everything is literally brand spanking new on this. Is it a new subframe?
both fully built up subframes.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. So this is Eleanor. The work in progress.
Ongoing.
Ongoing.
It's a bit of a stall just now with
Yeah.
other projects and things like that. But when I can get the time, yeah. Front end getting built.
Yep.
Front end getting built. Spray the interior, spray the boot.
Yep.
Build up the interior sounded, and then just build it all back up. The engine will be last
Yeah.
after everything.
I don't. The thing is, with an engine, it is literally refurbing an engine is parts, isn't it? It's, you know what I mean.
It's the fun part.
Yeah. I enjoy engines.
I like, and I think after the amount of bodywork, I prefer mechanicals to be.
Yeah, I do. I do.
And yeah, so it'll be good to do that side of it.
Well, we went to Tony's yesterday, and Tony has, I want to say, 3 or 4 cars that are practically ready for paint, but they need a bit more prep, and he just can't. He don't want to do it. He's just not into prep, and I get it. I can't do prep.
You know, I know Alex Toon loves these things. I'll spend hours, days, months, years building up a car. I hate washing the things.
Yeah.
I hate washing and polishing a car.
Yeah, I'm not.
I have no interest in it.
No, I've no interest in it either. I let the guys at the garage at the petrol station wash mine. I'm not bothered. I'm not precious.
I don't know what
I don't think they'll do the Mini, but I certainly there's a lot of people that are precious. I mean, I tell you one person, Steve Turbo Cooper Sports.
Oh yeah.
Mate,
Felix.
yeah, Felix. I mean, it's a work of art, but I still won't be able to polish it. So we'll move on from Eleanor, and we have got, if my camera will fit it in, the bus.
That's Poppy.
Poppy. So this is a Type 2.
Mm-hmm.
What year?
78. No, sorry, 75.
75. And this, we were talking earlier, this is the forever project, isn't it? This is, yeah.
This, they've all got spots in my heart, but this is my retirement.
Yeah.
Well, ideally, I would love to have the time to finish it, but yeah, this is not one I could see with the kids when they're young.
Yeah. 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 It's with everything else, like you say, the thing is with Ed, as they always need stuff.
Oh yeah.
They always
Absolutely.
classic cars, especially classic minis, are a pain. They do need things, especially if you know, even if you don't drive them, they need stuff. You know, I've spoken about it many times with rubbers for cars. You know, gaiters and ball joint covers and stuff like that, dust covers. They're crap, and they always need stuff. So when you've got that to do, and then you've got this to do, I completely understand why this is a back burner sort of thing. I mean, why did you purchase this when you did? What was the reason?
Oh, I just because one, I can't afford a split screen, and two, you think a camper van.
Yeah,
That's what you
yeah,
picture.
yeah,
That
yeah.
going back,
Yeah.
everybody. It's the same with the mini
Yeah.
case. Everybody knows
Yeah.
what this is.
Yeah, yeah,
They might not
100%.
know the name,
Yeah.
the
The-
variations,
yeah.
name, but everyone.
The
would
thing is,
recognise
like
this.
a Mini, kids smile at them.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a thing on the internet the other day and it says, why do you get so happy when kids like your car? It's like, because I was once that kid. I was once that kid that got excited when I saw a Mini or I saw an old camper van.
Totally.
I told if you want this a split screen, mate, give me a welder, I'll make it a split screen, no problem. But this is a lot of work. This is far too much for me.
But you know what? So was Eleanor.
Yeah.
On a smaller scale,
Yeah.
that there's not many. But from the pillars up, everything else.
I know. I've watched it.
But it's it just needs time, and by not putting any time limit on it, it's. I mean, believe it or not, right? It's not got the battery in there now. This will fire up quicker than the other cars.
Really?
And then it drives. It still drives. Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I mean, it just scares me. And we were discussing earlier, you can't get this panel, can you?
The issue with this is the high top came off it. One so I could fit in the garage, and I bought a second hand pop top.
Right.
But there was a lot of rust underneath.
Right.
So this part here,
you can see
so
it, yeah.
so this goes up, comes in. You've got a strengthened panel here.
Right.
The roof part. There's 4 different parts going on here.
Wow.
This part obviously is bent. Comes
Yeah.
up here. Comes down. Now where you would probably change it would probably be under here.
Yeah.
But you can't buy this panel for
Right,
the T2.
okay.
You could buy older ones for split screens, but not for this. So this is going to need either a donor vehicle or more than likely a lot of practice fabricating,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I'm happy to do.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And like you say, the one thing I was saying to Tony last night was the fact is that the good thing is about these, we don't need them for work tomorrow.
No.
So if you're fabricating this and it's not going right, go back in the garage. Go back in the house, sorry,
Oh, yeah.
and sit down and have a cup of tea and just chill. And if you don't come back to it for 2 weeks, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because
100%.
you know you don't need it for work, and that's one thing that I enjoy working on the Mini is I try my best to make sure it goes right, but sometimes it don't go right, but you don't need it for work.
I would never class myself as I'm always a DIY welder.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll come along and be like, that's really good.
Yeah.
Other days,
Yeah.
terrible,
Yeah.
absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And those are the days that you just need to walk away.
Jesus, look at this. You are a brave. I want to call you brave because I like you. But if I didn't like you, I'd call you stupid, to be honest. Because this is a lot of work.
I've got the mental image in my head
Well, that's it.
of what this will look like.
That's it. I mean,
Now the mind and the body might have different ideas. But you know what? It's sitting here and it'll wait.
Yeah. And it doesn't cost you anything while it's sat here.
And having shelter.
Oh, working indoors.
You don't have to check the weather.
No, you don't.
Which is,
you don't.
As you'll see in a minute, the camper outside.
Do you know the funny thing is, I work better in the winter than I do in the summer on cars. I really do. I've always found that, especially if I'm dry, because you can always add layers for me. You can always make yourself warmer, and you just tend to do things quicker because you can't get it done. But this is too much work for me. I certainly couldn't do this. I think you're a brave man.
Oh, not at all. Anyone can do it. It's just about, and you know what? Compared to the Minis, Volkswagen prices are extortionate.
Oh yeah.
There's just
you
have to accept that and buy into that, and it's the exact same with the Mini. When it comes to panels, aftermarket are probably worse on this than what they are on the Mini. Some of this panel here, we're talking twice as much, but the fitment issues and some of the stuff I've already tried, it's
it's just. I mean, there's just.
You know what? It excites me as well because I'm not as familiar with the air-cooled engine. And it's something different.
What litre is it?
This is the 1600.
1600, which would have been in the Beetle.
It's the same. Same engine.
Yeah. And any plans to upgrade that?
You can. I think, was it a 2 litre or was it an 1800? You could have done it, but as it stands just now, no.
I saw on the internet a couple of people are PD swapping these now. The 1.9 PD.
Subarus are quite popular.
I mean, it's just the way forward, isn't it? You know what I mean? I mean, you can practically buy a bolt-in kit.
I'll worry about that when there's a rust-free body. I'll worry about this one. If you watch this, listen to this. When I stop closing the door and you hear this.
Oh,
that is the aim. That is the aim.
So what we're going to do now, there's something just outside the door here that I don't want to show because DB's not put it on his site yet. So we'll ignore that. So we're going to go around to his other car, his other van. Let's go see that. So it brings us out to this, which is this a T3?
It depends where you live.
Right.
In Britain, UK,
yeah,
it's more commonly referred to as a T25 or a T3.
Right, okay.
Or if you're in America, it's a Vanagon.
It's a Vanagon. Right. Because there's nothing to indicate, obviously Volkswagen and then camping, I don't... D-Reg is 87, 86? 86. Yeah, I remember because my Nova was an 87 and it was an E-Reg, I swear. But yeah, so this is... I reckon this is your current pride and joy. I think we were talking earlier, I think you're in love with this.
I've just had the kids camping in this. Again, I've done a video that I've not put out yet. A few funny stories with it, but the memories, you can't put a price on memories. No. And going camping with the kids in this, knowing I've spent a year fixing it, lying on my back.
Yeah.
I get attached to cars.
Yeah. I do.
But yeah, this is... if I was to sell one, I'd probably sell this first, but I wouldn't sell it unless I had another.
Of course,
van,
So it's not just the van itself; it's the memories that you know you can make and you have made in it already. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. We'll do a tour of the outside of it, and then we'll go and have a look at the inside. I think it's cool. It's proper cool. You see this going down the road, and you just can't help but smile. They are just absolutely awesome. DB, is that an original bumper?
No.
I didn't think so.
It's horrible, and you know what? It wouldn't be as bad if it matched the back. So stand at the side, the back is original.
I just know it. As I was coming round then, I saw this section here under the door, and I was like, I don't think that's original.
That will be one of the amendments.
Really? So you want to go back to standard with it? Right. So, and I stepped in this earlier and it just screams 80s, 90s. It's fantastic. Look at it. Just look at it. I mean, I was playing with these earlier and it's just like, how do we stop the cupboard from opening? Oh, we just put a little button on it, look. That's just... And look at this. So what's this control? Your battery?
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the aux is.
Right.
Obviously, normally.
Yeah.
Radio related, but one's the and I've no idea if it works. I've never let it work.
Has it got the glass fuses in it?
Yeah, one is the water one is the water heater.
Yeah. And then,
It does light up.
yeah, I saw it lit up earlier. It was green on the normal.
So that's because the battery isolator's off.
Ah, there we go. Look,
And
that
then
works.
flip it, it'll tell you how poor the leisure battery is.
That's how good the leisure battery's doing.
It used to come up to here, now it does nothing, so it's dead.
That is proper
It's
cool.
properly dead.
That is proper cool. But it's just, I mean, I was admiring this. Look, just little pockets. Just like, yeah, just put it in there. Be right. Put it in there, and it's just proper old school cool. Four speed
4-speed.
manual.
You don't notice it as much as the minis, I have to say.
Really,
Yeah.
really. So obviously, we were discussing earlier. You say you'd probably drive this about 50 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy, aye. It was probably, I think the most was 50. It got up to 55.
Right.
50, 55. But
Yeah.
you know what? It pulls really good.
Yeah.
There's quite a few hills that pulled really well.
Yeah. It's
totally.
proper cool, and like you say, it's the memories that you make in them. I can't stop playing with them buttons.
Do you know
I'm
what?
sorry.
We spent. My youngest, she's 7. We went shopping. We got the stuff. We're sitting here, and I've got lots of photos, and it's just her. Even open that drawer, packing our cutlery
Yeah,
stuff, our
yeah,
skewers for
Yeah.
our marshmallows. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Just.
yeah.
And she's sitting there, and just to smile. You know yourself.
Mate,
you can't, kids. My life is my kids.
Yes.
You know, so,
Yeah. As much as we spend our time on our cars, I mean, you said it earlier, and you were right. Zach in the Mini, he were beaming, wasn't he? He were absolute. He was just like, wow, we're going so fast. We were doing 20 mile an hour, but because he's used to just comfort, smoothness, it was just, and it's like there's your inspiration. You know, and like you say, your kids are your life, and I'm away with the kids at camping at the moment, and it's no amount of money you spend can change memories, and I think, you know, the late nights in the garage, like you say, you've done a lot of work to this, because I remember when you first got this, I was very unimpressed with the fuel system, I must say. I how you made it home, I do not know. That was scary, the fuel system on it, and you've spent a lot of time and money probably, you know, getting this right, and you know, it's just cool, isn't it? It's just proper old school cool.
It's an ongoing restoration.
Yeah, but
it's driving it, and you know what? Doing the work in the garage, like you were saying before, and being fed up and taking time, coming and being able to drive these, it's just it brings you back to a level.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. I tend to find when I come across car guys, there's a lot of people that like restoring cars, don't like driving them, which is not for me.
I don't get that.
No, I don't. But there's some people, they, you know, especially minis, they drive like shit. I don't want them. I'm like, I don't get that. I want to drive it, but
I do. Do you know what? I like classics. I like originality, but I also like seeing different. Paul P, the Just Mini. I thought that was fantastic. And do you know what?
Mate.
The thing that I don't like, I tell a story. I was at a car show, and there was a lovely Mini. It was a show car, and I spoke to him, and he said, "Oh, I've just had this 1293 engine put in it." I says, "Well, how does it drive?" He's like, "Oh, I've never driven it yet.
Yeah.
I brought it here in a trailer." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"It's a brand new engine.
Yeah.
Enjoy it."
Enjoy it. Yeah. I think people can get too precious over these things, and one thing I always say: if it's been restored once, it can always be restored again.
Yeah,
you know,
there's nothing. I had no knowledge before I started on minis. The only way to learn is by doing it and mucking it up and doing it again and doing it again.
I mean, you're more northern than me, obviously. You're up in Scotland where it rains every 5 minutes. Apparently, I didn't know this, but you're more northern than me. I'm northern, and main reason I learned how to do things because I'm tight and I don't like paying people. That's the main reason I learned. I'll be honest with you.
Do you know, there's a few things I'll go to the garage for that I need to go for. For example, MOTs, tyre changes.
Yeah.
Anything else, I'll try.
That's the thing, and a lot of it is trust as well. It's hard finding a good mechanic. The amount of times I hear people, "Oh, I've got a good my family mechanic's been my family mechanic for years and years and years. Oh, my car went in for a service, and luckily it told me it need brakes." I bet he did. You know what I mean? And how much does he charge you for a service and your brakes? £480. Excuse me? He's charging what? Well, he's looked after me, hasn't he? No, okay, of course he has. But there's a lot of mechanics out there, and I don't want to give everybody a bad reputation. There's a lot of good mechanics out there. Hell of a lot of good mechanics. I've got good friends that are good mechanics, but I just don't. If I can have a go myself, I will.
Well, yeah,
You know.
and you know, especially the older cars, you know, when you do a job, you're like, all right, that needs done as well.
Yeah.
And you're aware, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Probably most of the stuff that still needs done on this van.
Yeah.
It'll still throw me a surprise every now and then.
Yeah.
But no, you get a feel for it, and you know exactly what's.
You do. I always used to say, when I built my first Nova, my 2-litre 8-valve Nova, it used to rattle and bang all down the road. But I knew what every rattle and bang was, and then all of a sudden there'd be a new one. I'd be like, oh, I don't recognise that one. That's a problem. But every other one was, the bumper was a bit loose or something like that. I'd be like, it'd be fine. But there was certain noises. If a new noise appeared, I'd be like, and everybody'd be like, it's been making noises all day, Alex. I'm like, yeah, but there's a new one. So yeah, literally, I've come up here, and absolute gentleman. He's welcomed me into his home, like me and my family. Thank you so much, DB.
Oh, yeah, honestly, we don't see as many people up in Scotland, so anyone's welcome to come and visit. We could sit for days talking about cars and just rubbish in general, basically.
Yeah.
So you're more than welcome.
Thank you, sir. So I'll sign off here because I think we're gonna get on the road soon. But yeah, again, thank you so much for your hospitality. Show me around the cars and the van, and yeah, much appreciated. So thank you.
You're welcome, and I'm glad to be on your video.